take a deep breath and listen. Because just by arriving here, I am already releasing a new era over you. Heaven was moved when you chose to hear my voice. And nothing can stop my promises from reaching your life. I see your tired hands. I know the weight you've been carrying. I know the worries that steal your sleep and the thoughts that insist on making you believe nothing will change. But today I speak with eternal authority. Now you receive my blessing of abundance. My provision that does not depend on human effort or external conditions, but solely on my power. The money that seemed impossible to obtain, the help you didn't know existed, the relief from your debts and financial difficulties. They are already on the way. Do not look at the doors that have closed, because I, myself, am opening others that no one can shut. Even if they tried to humiliate you, even if they left you aside, I tell you, my grace places you in places of honor. Today my Spirit is poured out upon you to strengthen your faith and ignite in your heart the flame of hope the enemy tried to extinguish. I know how long you've waited for an answer. I know the times you knelt in silence, unable to speak, letting your tears speak for you. I gathered each of those tears at my altar, and none were ignored. Now I turn every cry into laughter, every desperation into confidence, every emptiness into fullness. I want you to believe. It is no coincidence that you are here now. This is the moment when my voice reaches your soul to affirm that you are not forgotten, that you are not alone, and that your story is about to change. The wealth I prepare is not just coins and bills. It is inner peace, restored health, and blessed relationships. I am the God who sustains heaven and earth, and I can open paths of prosperity where it once seemed impossible. Just as I feed the birds and care for the lilies of the field, so I care for you. What seems small today will multiply so greatly that there will not be enough space to contain all I will pour out over you. Do not fear the opposing winds. Do not be alarmed by voices that say it's impossible. I am the one who turns the improbable into testimony, who changes fortune in a moment. When I decree a blessing, no one can undo it. Today I declare that the heavens have opened in your favor, and abundance begins to flow into your life like a river that never runs dry. Open your heart to receive, for I am eager to bless. Do not look back. Do not remain trapped in past frustrations, for I am doing something completely new before your eyes. What was once humiliation will become a reason for celebration. What was once shame will be transformed into honor. Where there were closed doors, there will be multiplied opportunities. Where there was scarcity, there will be abundance. I tell you, this is only the beginning of the revelation of my plan for you. You will walk securely, even in the midst of turbulence, because I am with you. You will take my hand and you will not stumble. I will establish a new level of victory in your life. And many will see the difference between those who trust in me and those who ignore me. I want you to receive this word not only with your ears, but with your heart, believing that the impossible has already become reality. Now, I invite you to take a step of faith. Don't hold back. Don't stay silent. Right now, in the comments, I received this promise. This simple gesture is the seal of your trust in me, and the sign that you accept what I have already released into your life. As you write, you will feel the peace that surpasses all understanding and the certainty that something new has begun. Stay here with me, because I will reveal even greater things. The breath of my abundance is already in motion, and every second you spend in my presence is a key that opens new doors. Take a deep breath and let these words penetrate your heart, because this is only the beginning of an extraordinary transformation. Today I place before you a door that no one can close. This door is not only for your personal life, but also for those around you who need to experience the same transformation that has already begun in you. When I pour out blessings, it is not to hide them, but to multiply them and reach other thirsty hearts. I have chosen you to be a channel of abundance, a bearer of my word, and a living witness of my power. How many times have you prayed for a miracle to reach someone you love? How many times have you cried out for a friend, a family member, someone suffering in silence? Today, I tell you, your act of faith can open that door for them. By sharing this message, you are sowing into fertile ground, and the seeds you plant will yield multiplied fruit. What you share in my name never returns empty, because every word that comes from my mouth fulfills the purpose for which I sent it. I know the hearts of those who need to hear these promises. I know people close to you who are facing financial hardship, emotional pain, and deep silence. They don't tell you what they're going through, but I see it. I see the tears shed on soaked pillows. I see the desperation hidden behind forced smiles. I see the weight they carry without the strength to ask for help. And that's why I've placed you as an instrument. By bringing them this word, you will open a window of light in the midst of darkness. Do not underestimate the power of a simple gesture. When you share, it's not just a click. It's a prophetic act. It's like handing a key to someone in chains. I have released abundance and prosperity over you. And by sharing this message, you are also giving others the opportunity to receive the same. Do not remain silent. Do not keep for yourself what I have prepared, because the blessing that is shared never runs out. It only grows and multiplies. I tell you, someone is waiting for this word, someone who hasn't yet found the way. But upon receiving this message, will feel the weight of their chains break and a new hope rise. It may be someone you've thought of giving up on. It may be someone who no longer believes in miracles. But my voice through you will be the answer they've been searching for. Do not ignore the memory I now place in your heart, because that memory is not a coincidence. It is guidance. By obeying, you also open paths. The blessing you share returns multiplied. Just as the farmer scatters seed and later reaps in abundance, you too will reap joy, peace, and prosperity by carrying this word forward. The abundance I've already begun in your life will grow even greater when you don't hold it back. But let it flow. Do not fear thinking it's too little or that it won't make a difference. One single word from me is enough to transform entire destinies. And when that word reaches others through your decision to share it, I rejoice. And I open the heavens even more for you. The door I place before you is not narrow or fragile. It is solid and secure. As you cross it, you will not go alone, but will carry with you all those to whom you pass on this message. Listen closely. You are light in the darkness. You are a voice in the silence. You are a witness that the impossible happens when you trust in me. Do not despise this calling, for by extending this word, you will become a direct participant in someone's miracle. And in my memory, this gesture will be remembered and rewarded. Now it's your turn to act. If someone has come to your heart as you hear my voice, share this word with them now. Do not withhold what is sacred. Do not keep for yourself what is an eternal treasure. Do it as an act of love, as a sign of your faith, and as proof of your obedience. I assure you, whoever blesses others will be abundantly blessed. Rest in peace. For as you obey, I myself go before you. I prepare encounters, open paths, and ensure this message reaches where it must go. Nothing and no one can hinder the reach of my voice when it chooses to move through you. Stay with me. because I have even greater revelations to show you. And the more you share, the more prepared the ground will be for the next miracles already on their way. Beloved child, I tell you, faith is not just a feeling hidden in the heart. It is also a visible expression, a movement that testifies before heaven and earth that you trust in me. Faith that remains hidden often gets lost in doubt and fear. But faith that manifests in concrete actions grows, flourishes, and bears abundant fruit. I am the God who sees every detail, every secret thought. But I also rejoice when I see your heart expressed in actions that confirm what you declare you believe. I have already poured rivers of provision over you. I have moved heaven and opened doors so your story could enter a new era. But I want you to understand, faith is like a key that unlocks hidden treasures. Many speak beautiful words, but do not take steps of trust. I invite you to be different, to demonstrate your faith through simple gestures that reach spiritual dimensions. When you act in obedience, even in small things, I multiply your harvest and cause abundance to overflow in your life. Do not underestimate the value of a small act. Just as a tiny seed can become a mighty tree, a seemingly simple act of faith is enough to move heaven and open doors that were once closed. When you choose to publicly demonstrate your faith in me, you are telling the spiritual realm, I trust God. I align with His will. I am not ashamed of what He has promised. This attitude shakes darkness and strengthens your communion with me. I see that many hesitate, feel ashamed, or doubt, and that's why they remain in the same condition. But with you, it will be different. I want you to be a living witness of my power, that your life reflects not just words, but actions that show you truly trust me. And when you stand firm in faith, the enemy cannot stop you. Scarcity cannot stop you. Obstacles become stepping stones toward your growth. Understand this. Every step of faith you take is recorded in my book of remembrance. Every act of obedience is visible and rewarded. I am faithful to multiply what you place in my hands. And when you do it publicly and sincerely, you release an unlimited harvest. I want your faith today not to remain silent in your heart, but to be visible, tangible, and witnessed by heaven as proof that you trust me with all your being. I am already opening heavenly storehouses to pour out immeasurable blessings upon you. I want you to experience not just enough, but abundance, overflow, something beyond anything you could imagine or ask for. But for this abundance to be fully activated, I need your response of faith. Do not be ashamed to take this step, because when you act in obedience, my spirit rejoices and the angels celebrate your surrender. Now is the time to confirm before me and before heaven that you trust without reservation. Show your faith by liking this video and subscribing. This simple gesture is like raising your hands at the altar, like lighting a flame before my throne, saying, I believe, I trust, I receive. When you do this, I myself will open the heavens even more for you, releasing miracles that have been withheld and accelerating the arrival of the provision you've been waiting for. Do not underestimate the power of this act. What may seem like a simple click to the eye is, to me, a sign of surrender, a public declaration that you are ready to live in the new era. While many remain undecided, you stand firm in faith, and because of this, you will see doors open, opportunities arise, and miracles bloom along your path. I am a God of details, and I use even the smallest gestures to transform entire destinies. Receive this word with seriousness, because I am now watching your attitude. I see your heart. I see your decision. and I am already moving heaven and earth for you. You are not forgotten. You are not ignored. You are deeply loved. And every time you choose to demonstrate your faith, my presence becomes even stronger in your life. Stay strong, because this is only the beginning. Your faith has opened the first door, and I still have many more to reveal. Take a deep breath. Feel my presence. Stay with me, because what I have reserved for you surpasses your understanding. Today you have publicly confirmed your trust in me, and I assure you, heaven is already responding to your act of faith. I know your days of struggle. I know the battles you fight in silence, when no one else notices what's happening inside you. Your nights have been long, filled with thoughts that keep you from resting. How many times have you gone to bed with a heavy heart, worried about bills piling up, a future that feels uncertain, dreams that have yet to come true? How many times have you opened your eyes in the early hours of the morning, feeling a weight so heavy it seemed you had no strength to go on? I have seen every one of those nights, and none have gone unnoticed. I know the moments when you smile in public, but deep within your soul, there is a cry for help. I know the silence you kept, trying to pretend everything was fine when your heart was actually weeping. I saw every tear that fell unseen, every deep sigh, every thought of giving up that crossed your mind. Do not think I was distant in those moments. I was right beside you, holding your life when you thought there was no way out. I know you've faced humiliation, words that wounded your soul, rejections that left scars. I know the looks of contempt, the unfair comparisons, the times you were cast aside as if you were worth nothing. You kept all of this inside, believing no one understood. But I know you better than you know yourself. I know exactly the weight you've carried, and I know it hasn't been easy. Your debts, your financial struggles, your fears about the future, everything is before me. How many times have you counted your coins, searching for a way out? How many times have you prayed in silence for something to change, for help to come, for a door to open? I heard every one of those cries, even when you didn't dare speak them aloud. I knew your secret petitions, the ones no one else knew, and I kept them in my heart. I do not blame you for feeling tired, for thinking you couldn't go on. I do not condemn you for feeling afraid or doubting at times. I know you are human, and your strength has limits, but I am your strength. I am your refuge. When you thought you couldn't go on, I was the one who held you. When you believed you were alone, I was the one who stayed with you. I did not allow the darkness to consume you, because I had already written a story of victory over your life. Understand this: nothing you've suffered has been ignored by me. Every tear has been recorded. Every silent prayer has been heard. Every painful thought has reached my throne. And I tell you, none of these moments will be in vain. I will turn your shame into honor, your weakness into strength, your weeping into testimony. The humiliation you've endured will become the stage for the exaltation I am preparing. Those who laughed at you will see my hand upon your life. Those who doubted you will witness what I will accomplish. You believed your path was blocked, that there was no future. But I have already traced invisible routes before your eyes. Even when everything seems stagnant, I kept working behind the scenes in your story. Even when you felt nothing, my hand was moving pieces, opening paths, and preparing miracles. The time of darkness will not be eternal, and the season of your pain will not be permanent. I have already established a new era for you, and soon you will see the difference with your own eyes. You were not created to live in defeat. You were not destined to carry the weight of scarcity forever. There is a greater purpose in you, an eternal promise yet to be fulfilled. I know that sometimes the waiting wears you down. I know the silence feels endless. But do not confuse delay with abandonment. I never abandoned you. On the contrary, I was by your side every step of the way, holding you even when you had no strength left to rise. The enemy tried to convince you that you were worthless, forgotten, and without meaning. But I affirm, you are precious to me. You were chosen, set apart, and called from the womb. Nothing you've been through can diminish your value to me. You are my masterpiece. And even with your flaws and weaknesses, I still look at you with eternal love. Today, I say, I recognize your pain, but I also declare it will not have the final word. I recognize your struggles, but I announce they will become victories. I recognize your weariness, but I promise to renew your strength like that of an eagle. I recognize your tears, but I guarantee they will soon be replaced by joyful laughter. Nothing will go unanswered. Everything you've endured will serve as the foundation for what I am about to build in you. Rest in this certainty. I know everything. I see everything. And I care about everything. The weight you carry will not last forever. The season of pain will give way to a season of abundance. And what today seems hidden and meaningless will become a powerful testimony of my care for your life. Beloved child, you have already opened your heart to me and confessed the weight of your struggles. I have received every tear and heard every silent cry. But now the time has come to turn pain into victory, to turn tears into testimony. There is a spiritual code I have released in this moment to activate miracles in your life. It is not superstition or coincidence. It is a prophetic sign that invites you to act in faith. This sign is the number 777, which carries the mark of perfection, complete victory, and fulfilled promise. I am the God who speaks through signs, who uses numbers, times, and seasons to confirm what I do. Just as I used the rainbow to seal my covenant with Noah, just as I used the star to guide the wise men to the Savior. So I use this number today to remind you that victory has already been decreed. 777 is not just a set of digits. It is a spiritual monument that connects your faith to my promise. It is confirmation that you are on the right path and that you will not be defeated. By writing this number, you are not just typing symbols. You are proclaiming in the spiritual realm that you receive what I am releasing over you. It is like raising a banner to heaven and declaring, I believe in my God. I receive what He promised. I activate my victory today. This simple gesture becomes a key that opens doors that once seemed closed and breaks down barriers that once seemed unbreakable. How many times has doubt tried to steal your faith? How many times has the enemy whispered that nothing would change, that you would remain trapped in the same difficulties? But I tell you, the enemy trembles when you see my word and choose to obey with an act of faith. He knows that your public declaration shows you are no longer trapped by fear, but that you trust fully in me. Every time you write with conviction, the spiritual realm recognizes your position. And I, myself, send my angels to fight for you. Do not underestimate the power of this gesture. Just as Moses raised his staff before the sea and the waters parted, just as Joshua shouted in victory and the walls of Jericho fell, so too when you write 777. You raise the banner of faith and decree the fall of the walls surrounding you. What once seemed impossible will begin to move, because my word never returns void. Listen to my voice. I am not asking for the impossible, just a step of faith, a gesture that confirms you are ready to experience the new life I have prepared for you. Do not remain silent. Do not let this opportunity pass. Today, the heavens are open, and everyone who stands firm in faith writes a new page in their story. This is your moment to seal your victory. I tell you the truth. When you write 777, you are declaring that you accept the perfection of my work, that you trust in my plan, and that you believe victory is already on its way. This number will be a public testimony of your faith. And by recording it, you are leaving a mark in the spiritual realm that you will not retreat, that you stand firm in what I have already revealed. Do not postpone this action. The moment is now. Your future does not begin tomorrow. It begins today, in the moment you choose to believe and obey. Now write 777 and seal your victory in the spiritual realm. By doing this, I move the heavens, release resources, forge connections, and bring into existence what once seemed unreachable. I have already declared an abundant harvest over you. I have already sent winds of prosperity into your life. Now it is your turn to respond with faith. It does not matter if circumstances still seem adverse. It does not matter if your eyes still see scarcity. What matters is that my word is true and faithful. And by writing this code of victory, you are saying, I believe more in what God has said than in what my eyes see. Remain in me, for I will show you even greater things. What you write today is the beginning of a journey of miracles that will never end. Each number recorded will be like a brick in a building I am constructing in your life. Solid, unshakable, and filled with my glory. Beloved child, when I pour out my grace upon your life, it is never limited to you alone. Every blessing I give carries within it the power to multiply, to reach others, to transform the environment around you. What you receive from me is not meant to be kept in silence, but shared like a fertile seed that bears fruit when sown. I am the God who multiplies the little into much, who takes 5 loaves and 2 fish and turns them into food for multitudes. In the same way, I want to use what you receive now to bless other lives through you. How many people walk beside you without hope, hiding their pain behind a smile? How many do you know who spend sleepless nights worried about debts, illnesses, or broken relationships? They need to hear the same voice that comforts you today. They need to feel the same relief you feel now. You cannot imagine the difference this word will make in the heart of someone who is about to give up. When you obey and share, you become a bridge between my promise and the anguished heart of another person. The enemy wants my word to be silenced, to be limited only to those who receive it, so it won't spread. But I invite you to be a living instrument of multiplication. Every time you share, you spread light in the midst of darkness. Every time you share, you sow hope where there was only despair. Every time you share, you give someone the chance to see the impossible become reality. Do not underestimate the power of this gesture. A simple act from you can save a life, rescue a soul, open a door that was closed. Do not think you have nothing to offer. The word you hear now is enough. You don't need great resources or titles to be a channel of blessing. Your obedience is enough. Your willing heart is enough. I, myself, multiply what you give. Just as rain falls on the earth and causes invisible seeds to sprout, so too will your act of sharing produce fruit you cannot yet imagine. I tell you, someone needs to receive this word today. There is a heart crying out in silence, and you can be the answer. When this video reaches them, it will not be just content on a screen, but my own voice speaking to them, my spirit comforting them, my presence bringing relief. You will be a direct instrument for this to happen. Do not ignore the memory I now place in your mind. The name or face that emerged is not a coincidence. It is direction. The multiplication of blessings begins when you decide not to keep them for yourself. I am the God who multiplies everything given to me. If you share, I multiply joy. If you share, I multiply provision. If you share, I multiply hope. Do not hold back what I have given you, because what you keep for yourself is limited, but what you give with love grows without measure. And not only will others be blessed, but you too will reap the fruits of this act. The farmer who sows sees the harvest multiplied, so it will be with you. By blessing others, you will see greater abundance in your life. By carrying my word to those in need, you will experience even greater miracles in your own story. A blessing that multiplies never leaves the one who sows it. Therefore, I command you, share this word now and be an instrument of my voice to bless others. Do this as proof that your faith is not limited to your heart, but becomes a living testimony. Do it as a sign that you are not ashamed of my name, but desire to be a channel of my presence. And I promise you, every life touched will also be credited to your spiritual account, and nothing you do in my name will go unrewarded. Stay firm, because when you choose to be a channel of blessing, I open the heavens even more for you. I pour out double joy, multiplied peace, and renewed strength. The blessing you shared does not leave you. It flows through you. And as it flows, it returns multiplied. I am the God of abundance, and everything you give in obedience, I return to you double. Keep going, because I still have much to reveal to you. You have already taken steps of faith, confirmed your trust, and now you are part of something greater, the expansion of my word. What began in you will extend to many, and together you will form a chain of faith and hope that the enemy cannot break, just as one flame ignites another and soon becomes a great fire. Your obedience will also ignite hearts and transform destinies. In this moment, I breathe upon you a new wind, and this breath is one of victory. Just as the wind blows over the waters and changes the direction of the waves, so my spirit is blowing over your life to change the course of your story. Nothing remains the same when my voice announces change. Nothing stays stagnant when I send the command for heaven to open in your favor. Today I declare, you are entering a new era, an era of victory, an era of prosperity. An era in which my glory will be so visibly manifested that even those who doubted will have to recognize my power working in you. I saw the debts that tormented you, the doors that closed, the opportunities that were taken from you. But now I say, none of these losses will prevent you from experiencing what I have prepared. I am the God who restores. I am the God who gives back double. I am the God who opens new doors when others have been shut. Do not fear, for I am canceling the debts that burdened you. I am removing the obstacles that kept you from moving forward. I am breaking the chains of scarcity and declaring abundance over your life. I have also seen your illnesses, the pain you carried in silence, the diagnoses that terrified you, the symptoms that stole your peace. But today I breathe healing over your body. I restore your strength. I fortify your bones. I renew your health. Where there was weakness, there will be strength. Where there was sickness, there will be a testimony of restoration. Where there was fear, there will be confidence. I am the Lord who heals, and nothing is impossible for me. I also know the battles of your heart. I know the emotional wounds, the rejections, the hidden scars. Now I breathe inner healing, freedom from past pain, renewal of emotions, restoration of broken relationships. I am the one who transforms relationships, rebuilds homes, and returns peace to families. What once seemed irreconcilable will become a testimony of my restoration. My child. This breath of victory is not fleeting. It is not a momentary emotion. It is an eternal decree from my throne. I declare that every step you take will be filled with favor. Every word you speak will carry authority. Every door that opens before you will remain open, because I, myself, will guard it. The time of defeat is over. The time of victory has come. I have not called you to live in misery or shame, but to walk with your head held high, filled with my presence, overflowing with my abundance. Listen closely. Every effort will be rewarded. Every prayer will be answered. Every tear will become an abundant harvest. I do not forget those who trust in me. I do not ignore those who call upon my name. You are precious to me. And that is why I am moving heaven on your behalf right now. But I want to see your faith in action. I want to see that you are not ashamed to publicly declare your trust in me. I want you to show the spiritual world that you believe in what I have already revealed to you. Show your faith now by clicking like and subscribing, and you will see my victory descend upon you. This simple gesture is a sign that you are not just listening, but acting according to what you receive. It is a seed of obedience that will open even more space for my intervention in your life. Do not underestimate the power of a small act of faith. What may seem like a simple click to the eye is to me a testimony, a sign of trust, a key that opens heavenly treasures. When you publicly confirm your trust in me, the heavens move and the enemy retreats. Every act of faith is a brick in the construction of your victory, a stone placed on the altar of your testimony. Receive this word with joy, for I am already infusing victory into every area of your life. The time of stagnation is over. The time of shame has passed. Now is the moment to see my glory manifest with power, opening paths, tearing down barriers, and bringing swift answers. Your faith brings me joy. And because you take the initiative, you will see miracles you never imagined. Take a deep breath and feel this breath now. It brings healing, provision, prosperity, joy, and peace. It gives you the certainty that you are not alone. I am with you, and I have already declared my victory over you. Stay firm, for I will do even greater things. The breath that reaches you today is only the beginning of the great work I have already begun in your life. I now invite you to look forward with faith and see the tomorrow I have already prepared for you. I do not want you trapped by the pains of the past or the limitations of the present. I have already mapped out a future of abundance and fullness for your life. And that future is closer than you think. Visualize yourself free from the chains of worry, without the weight of debt, without fear of tomorrow. Imagine your table full, your home filled with peace, your family protected under my wings, and your heart lighter than ever. The tomorrow I have designed for you is not one of lack, but of abundance, not of despair, but of hope, not of failure, but of successive victories. Every step you take will be guided by my hand. Every decision you make will be illuminated by my spirit. Every path that opens before you will be secure. I am the God who turns the impossible into testimony. And today I tell you, you are already entering the time when abundance will flow like a river in your life. Imagine waking up in the morning without anxiety, with the certainty that nothing is lacking. Imagine your children growing under my care, free from fear, full of joy, Imagine your old dreams, once thought dead, resurrecting and blooming before your eyes. Imagine your financial life restored, not just with what you need, but with enough to bless others, to live out the purpose I placed in your heart. The glorious tomorrow I have prepared for you is not limited to material wealth. It is filled with inner peace, strengthened health, and healthy relationships. It is a time when you will live in freedom, choosing paths that truly bring you joy and meaning. You will no longer chase what doesn't satisfy, but will enjoy what is true and eternal. I invite you to visualize yourself walking toward this future, walking without the weight of worry, without the burden of guilt, without the chains of scarcity. I want you to see yourself smiling, celebrating, recognizing that every step was guided by my hand. This is not just a wish or a possibility. It is my promise. I myself will guide you toward that tomorrow. And every detail is already written in my book. Do not let doubt steal this vision. Do not let the enemy's voice tell you it's impossible. For I am the God of the impossible. Do not let your current circumstances define your future. For your future is in my hands. And I have already declared it will be glorious. Even if the present feels barren, I am the one who makes rivers flow in the desert. Even if there is darkness, I am your light, and I illuminate the way. Even if there are walls, I am the one who tears them down before you. Believe me, I tell you, your life will be marked by visible miracles. And many will look at you and see what I can do. You will rise as an example of victory. And your story will inspire others who also long for a better future. I did not bring you here to remain in the same state. I brought you here to change your fate, to lift you up, and to take you to a new level. The glorious tomorrow I have prepared does not depend on the economy, does not depend on people, does not depend on luck. It depends only on my word. And my word has already been spoken over you. Now I want to see your faith manifest. I want to see that you truly believe this tomorrow has already begun for you. If you believe that this glorious tomorrow has already begun, confirm your faith by clicking like on this video. This simple gesture is your public declaration that you receive the promise, that you do not doubt, that you believe the impossible is already becoming reality. Receive this word in your heart and treasure this vision. No longer look to the future with fear, but with confidence. Your life will not be filled with defeats, but with triumphs. Stay firm, because the future I have designed for you is glorious, and you will see it with your own eyes. Beloved child, I transform not only the external circumstances of your life, but especially your heart. The victory I prepare for you is not just about finances, opportunities, or open doors, but about your mind and soul. For what good is wealth if your heart remains empty? What good is conquering the world if you lose your inner peace? That's why, today, I pour out deep renewal upon you. A rebirth that begins within and will be reflected in every area of your life. I see the thoughts that disturb you, the memories that still hurt, the feelings that try to steal your peace. I know the wounds you've kept silent, the old wounds that never fully healed. Today, I touch those hidden places and bring healing. I pour my balm over every pain. I restore every broken part of your soul. I lift the weight of resentment, sadness, and guilt. I do not want you to keep carrying burdens that were never meant for you. I now free you from every yoke that held you back, from every chain that limited you. I also know the habits that made you stumble, the addictions that tried to enslave you, the thoughts of defeat that so often flooded your mind. I do not come to condemn you, but to liberate you. I do not come to accuse you, but to renew you. Today I break the chains that bind you. I break the ties that hold you. And I declare that you are free in my name. The past will no longer have power over you. The mistakes you've made do not define who you are. I tell you, you are not defined by your failures, but by my grace that has reached you. I place within you a new heart, full of courage, hope, and life. Where there was fear, there will now be confidence. Where there was discouragement, there will now be renewed strength. Where there was weakness, there will now be unshakable power. I breathe my spirit upon you, and this breath gives you vigor, clarity, and purpose. You will rise with a new disposition, with a different perspective on life, with a vision full of faith and confidence. Do not believe the voices that told you you weren't capable, that you weren't worthy, that you would never change. Those words did not come from me. I tell you, you are my beloved child, chosen and set apart. I renew you not only outwardly, but inwardly. The transformation I work in you is so deep that everyone around you will notice. They will see the difference in your eyes, in your countenance, in your way of living. You will be a living witness that I make all things new. Receive now the peace that surpasses all understanding, the peace that is independent of circumstances, the peace that endures even when everything around you seems turbulent. This peace will be your foundation, your strength, the mark of my presence in you. Receive also true joy, not the kind that comes from fleeting achievements, but the kind that flows from my spirit within you. This joy will be your strength, and with it, you will win every battle. I want you to know, this is the moment to begin again. Do not look back with regret, but look forward with hope. I have given you a new heart and a new mind. Your faults have been erased. Your sins have been forgiven. And now you can walk in freedom. Do not carry guilt any longer, for I have already removed it. Do not cling to what has passed, for I am writing a new story for you. From this day forward, walk with confidence. You are no longer the same. You are renewed, restored, and strengthened. You are someone who knows pain, but also experiences the power of restoration. You are someone who has fallen, but now rises by my hand. You are someone marked by the past, but now shines with the future I have prepared. Stay firm in this renewal. Protect what you receive now, and do not let anything steal this transformation. Nourish your soul with my word. Fill your mind with my promises. Walk in communion with me each day. What I have begun in you will not be interrupted. The work I started will be completed. What seemed destroyed will be rebuilt. What seemed lost will be restored. Beloved child, this is the moment of inner renewal. Receive what is already being released. Live as someone restored by my love and strengthened by my spirit. I am with you, and the victory that begins in you will be reflected in every area of your life. Beloved child, I now surround you with the security of my protection. You have walked among accusing voices. You have faced looks of contempt and attacks without explanation. I know how often you've wondered why so many turned against you, even without reason. I know the poison of envy hidden in soft words. I know the traps set to make you fall. But today I declare, nothing, absolutely nothing, can tear you from my embrace. I am your shield, your strength, your refuge. No weapon formed against you will prosper. No unjust accusation will prevail. Even if your enemies multiply, even if they try to stain your name or steal your peace, I myself stand before you as an unbreakable wall. You are not unprotected. You are not alone. You are not left to chance. I, the eternal God, walk before you, guard your steps, and defend your life. People may curse you. They may try to dim your light. They may conspire in the dark to see you fall. But all these intentions shatter when they collide with my presence. I reject those who oppose you. I expose hidden motives. I dismantle the enemy's plans. Nothing they do can stand against my decree. For I am the one who holds your life. Truly, I tell you, even on the days when you feel most fragile, I will remain firm. Even when your faith falters, my love remains unshakable. I am your constant refuge, and no strong wind can knock you down as long as you remain in me. You are like a child walking hand in hand with the Father. Even if you stumble, you will not fall, for my hand holds you firmly. Do not fear those who persecute you. They do not know the power of my hand. Do not fear those who rise against you, for all will fall before my glory. I am justice, and I myself will take care of every detail. The shame they tried to bring upon you will turn into honor, the slander into testimony, and what they used to hurt you will become a platform for my victory to shine even brighter in your life. Stay in peace, for my embrace is eternal. While many try to take your strength, I strengthen you. While they try to steal your hope, I renew your faith. While they try to instill fear in your heart, I surround you with the certainty of my presence. No one, absolutely no one, has the power to separate you from my love. But I also invite you to be an instrument of my protection. There are people close to you who need this word. There are desperate hearts. There are lives that believe they are alone in the midst of battle. I want to use you as a channel of my care. By sharing this message, you extend my embrace to others who also need to feel safe in me. Your gesture becomes a refuge for someone who can no longer bear to fight alone. Therefore, I command you, share this word now as a shield for someone you love who needs my protection. Do not keep for yourself what I have released into your life. The same security that surrounds you can reach many others through your obedience. Just as you were comforted, comfort others. Just as you received peace, give peace. Just as you were strengthened, strengthen others. And if you obey, I will pour out even more upon you. For whoever shares a blessing is never left empty-handed. I multiply what you give, double. Your decision to extend my word will be remembered before me, and your life will be marked by abundance, honor, and victory. Stay in peace. Beloved child, the enemy will have no power over you. The world may rise against you, but I am greater than the world. Rest in my eternal embrace, for no one can separate you from it. I am your God. I am your protector, and I will be with you until the end of time. Beloved child, I do not share my place in your heart. I am your God, your Lord, and your King, and the first place belongs to me alone. I know you've often felt the temptation to place other things before me. Worries, fleeting riches, people who have taken an improper place in your heart. But today I remind you, none of these things can sustain your life. Nothing earthly can give you the peace that only I can offer. Your heart must be anchored in me, for I am the source of all victory, all abundance, and all protection. I have called you into an eternal covenant. It is not a fragile covenant that breaks under difficulty, but an unbreakable covenant established by my love and the blood of my Son. When you choose to be faithful, When you prioritize me, I personally take care of every detail of your life. I cover you with my mantle. I defend you from your enemies. I multiply your resources. I restore your family. But for all this to endure, your faithfulness must be firm, constant, and unconditional. I know you've doubted at times. I know you've been distracted by things with no eternal value, but I have not rejected you. I continue calling you because I want your life to be completely guided by me. I don't want just a part of your heart. I want all of it. I don't want just moments of devotion. I want priority in every decision, every plan, every dream. When you choose to put me first, you give me space to pour out blessings that the world cannot offer. Faithfulness is like a key that opens hidden doors, like a seed that bears infinite fruit. Many seek shortcuts, looking for quick solutions. But only those who remain faithful enjoy a harvest that never ends. Listen carefully. You cannot serve two masters. You cannot divide your heart between me and the world. I am jealous for my place, because only I know what is best for you. When you give me the throne of your heart, I govern every other area of your life. When you give me your faithfulness, I fill your days with peace, bring true prosperity, and guide your steps along safe paths. Child, I do not ask for impossible faithfulness. I simply ask that you choose to put me first each day. Ask me for guidance before making decisions. Seek my presence before planning your future. Let my word be your guide in every choice. I will give you the strength to stay firm, the courage to resist distractions, and the wisdom to discern what comes from me and what distances you from me. Now I want you to show your loyalty with a public gesture, as a sign that you choose me above all else. Show your faithfulness by registering now, and confirm before me that you choose to walk with me above all. This gesture, which may seem insignificant to human eyes, I consider a testimony. It is like raising an altar of covenant, like writing with your own hands, Lord, you are first in my life. Do not disregard this invitation. Many receive my word, but keep it to themselves without real commitment. I don't want you to just listen. I want you to be faithful. And faithfulness is expressed in actions. Every step of obedience you take opens a new door. Every act of surrender strengthens our covenant. Stay faithful, even when everything around you seems contrary. Stay faithful, even when you don't fully understand my ways, because faithfulness attracts my presence. And where my presence is, there is no lack, no defeat, no darkness. I tell you with love, be faithful until the end, and I will give you the crown of life. My promise is sure, and my word never fails. Put me at the center of your life, and you will see how much I can do beyond your imagination. I am your God, and today I make with you an eternal covenant of faithfulness. Beloved child, among so many voices that try to confuse you, I want you to learn to recognize my voice. Many speak to sow fear, doubt, and deception. But my voice always brings peace, security, and direction. I am your shepherd, and those who follow me never get lost. I know you've been deceived by human promises and unfulfilled words, but I am not a man who lies. Every word that comes from my mouth remains forever. That's why I say, come to my word. When you open the Bible, you don't just find letters. You hear my voice speaking to you. The world is full of false prophets and messages that sound beautiful, but lead astray. Many claim to speak in my name, but I have not sent them. Learn to discern. If a voice does not lead you to peace, does not confirm my word, does not draw you closer to me, then it is not from me. I speak in many ways. Through creation, circumstances, conscience, and above all, through my spirit that dwells in you. Learn to silence the noise around you and listen to that gentle voice that guides your steps. You will not hear me in haste, but in stillness. You will not perceive my will with anxiety, but with confidence. I want to guide not only your big decisions, but every detail of your day. I want to be the voice that leads you when you don't know where to go. Even when you think I am silent, I am still guiding your life with perfection. My child, do not be deceived. Stay firm in my truth. Keep my word and follow the guidance of my spirit. I am your compass. I am your light. I am the voice that safely leads your path. Beloved child, the word you have received until now was not given by chance. I myself prepared every phrase, every promise, every revelation to reach your heart at this very moment. But now I invite you to take one more step. I want you to seal everything I've already revealed with your own declaration of faith. Because faith is not only what you feel, but also what you choose to confess before the spiritual realm. I tell you, your words have power. When you declare your trust in me, you raise a banner before heaven and earth. You affirm that you no longer trust in circumstances, but in my power. You proclaim that your life belongs to me, and that nothing can steal what I've already released. Your confession is like a seal that guarantees victory. How many times have you felt the temptation to remain silent? Out of fear, doubt, or shame. But today, I invite you to break that silence. I want your faith to be public, clear, and visible. I want you to say before me and before the enemy, I trust in the living God. When you speak with your mouth, I confirm it with my mighty hand. I know you've gone through moments when you thought you were alone, when discouragement nearly overcame you, but now is the time to raise your voice. Do not remain silent, because silence does not build testimonies. What builds testimonies is faith that manifests. Faith that is declared, faith that is not ashamed of my name. Listen closely. When you write your declaration, it is not just a comment on a screen. It is a prophetic act. It is as if you were building an altar, placing upon it your pain, your dreams, and your fears, and saying, I place it all in the hands of the Lord. This gesture moves the spiritual realm, because it is a sign of true trust. Therefore, I say with authority, declare now in the comments, I trust in God. Do it with faith, with courage, as if you already knew that victory is certain. As you write these words, you will feel peace invade your heart, because you will be taking the final step to seal everything I have prepared for you. Beloved child, I rejoice when I see your faith in action. I honor you when you stand before me. I multiply my blessings when you are not ashamed to confess my name. Your declaration will mark a new stage. It will be proof that your heart belongs to me. It will be the seal of the covenant we renew today. And just as the psalmist declared, I trust in the Lord and I will not fear. So you will speak these words, and they will become life within you. Stay firm, because what begins today as a declaration will become a testimony tomorrow. Beloved child, the faith that will transform your life is not only the one you keep silently in your heart, but the one you choose to demonstrate through concrete actions. Many say they trust in me, but remain motionless, waiting for things to change without taking a step of faith. Today, I invite you to go further, to show that your trust is not limited to words or thoughts. but also to visible actions that are a testimony before heaven and earth. I observe every detail of your life. I know your secret prayers, your hidden tears, the effort that often goes unnoticed, but I also see every gesture of obedience, every decision you make to honor me. And it is in these small acts that immense power is hidden. Just as a small seed becomes a strong tree, so too do small gestures of faith grow before me and bear eternal fruit. I want you to understand this. It's not the size of the act that matters, but the intention of the heart that performs it. When you choose to honor me sincerely, even in something seemingly simple, I receive it as a precious offering. And in this moment, I invite you to seal everything you've received with a visible gesture. Not because I need it, but because you need to give testimony to yourself and to the spiritual realm that your faith is real and active. How many times have you felt hesitant, keeping your faith to yourself, fearing what others might think or doubting whether it would make a difference? But today I tell you, every act of faith carries eternal weight. By liking this message, you are not just interacting with a video. You are raising a banner before me. You are publicly declaring, Father, I receive, I confirm, I believe. This simple gesture is a spiritual seal.